A reading from the book of the prophet Isaiah. On that day, a shoot shall sprout from the stump of Jesse, and from his roots a bud shall blossom. The Spirit of the Lord shall rest upon him, a spirit of wisdom and of understanding, a spirit of counsel and of strength, a spirit of knowledge and of fear of the Lord, and his delight shall be the fear of the Lord. Not by appearance shall he judge, nor by hearsay shall he decide, but he shall judge the poor with justice, and decide a right for the land's afflicted. He shall strike the ruthless with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips he shall slay the wicked. Justice shall be the band around his waist, and faithfulness a belt upon his hips. Then the wolf shall be the guest of the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid. The calf and the young lion shall browse together, with the little child to guide them. The cow and the bear shall be neighbors, their young shall rest. The lion shall eat hay like the ox, the baby shall play by the cobra's den, and the child lay his hand on the adder's lair. There shall be no harm or ruin on my holy mountain, for the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the Lord, as water covers the sea. On that day, the root of Jesse, set up as a signal for the nations, the Gentiles shall seek out, for his dwelling shall be glorious. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. You know what the worst part about going to Disney World is? It's not the summer's heat or the exorbitant price gouging that you have to pay to get into the park. It's not the screaming kids running around everywhere crazy, or even the unjust wages that Disney pays to its workers. No, the worst part about going to Disney World is having to wait in line. You stand, and you stand, and you stand, as this line snakes its way through a seemingly unendless maze of poles and of chains. You go into the hot sun, you come back out, and you go to these stuffy bungalows. All the while, you can see Thunder Mountain out there. You hear all the people on the ride yelling and screaming and having so much fun. And all you do is stand there, and you wait. That's kind of how Advent is for me, at least this year. It's 4 weeks of a waiting game until Christmas. The seemingly unendless liturgical maze of O Come, Emmanuel's, and that dreadful hymn, Wait for the Lord, where all you can do is experience the joyful celebration of Christmas, but not quite. I suppose that's the very purpose of Advent. It's all about the waiting, the building expectation, the increased longing for what is so close, but is still not quite yet. The season is meant to create in us this yearning for God's coming. In the very readings throughout Advent, we hear from Isaiah these grand visions of the future kingdom of God, what it will look like. We hear in the weekday readings of Jesus' ministry to heal the sick and the lame, to raise the dead up to life. The season of Advent does this purposefully, so that we are filled with the spirit of anticipation as we celebrate Christ's coming at Christmas, and we look forward to his second coming at the end of the age. However, all of this waiting, I think, causes us to set our sights too high, too far out there into the future, that we're so looking forward to Christmas, we're so busy about the preparations that are required to get there, that we forget to look around us and to enjoy the blessedness of this present moment. We fail to see the grace in the getting ready. And the end of the semester is kind of like that too, I think. Finals week, we're all approaching that. We're so close to the end, we're close to finishing these papers, we're preparing for our final exams, that to give ourselves that extra kick, that extra motivation to get there, we have to look out to what's beyond. We have to look out to King's House, or to be able to watch movies with our feet up and not feel bad, to eat ice cream. And we miss the wonder of what the end of the semester is really like, the wonder of our study and our writing. And when I look back over these last few semesters in St. Louis, I always come to cherish this part of the semester, because I have the chance to integrate what I've learned from the previous 4 or 5 months of difficult study and hard work. And during finals week, I come to realize what I already know, and I get a chance to enjoy the hard fruits of the semester of study. How much more blessed can a time be than that? In this reading from Isaiah, we heard of these visions of this grand utopia. The wolf shall be the guest of the lamb, the leopard shall lie down with the kid, the calf and the young lion shall browse together with the little child to guide them. It sounds so perfect, so nice, like we're already there frolicking in this field of flowers or something. But when we look forward and we yearn for this peaceful world so insistently, we miss the goodness, the beauty of our current world, of where we are right now. We forget the struggle and the differences that it takes to get to that point of peace. We miss the whole point of why it's beautiful for the wolf and the lamb to be together in the first place. We're so focused out on that future story, on that peace, that it won't mean much to us when we do get there, because we didn't pay attention to the struggle to arrive. It makes me wonder how we can come to overcome this trap. How can we learn from the season of Advent to create a joyful anticipation and yearning, but still live now in this present moment? It takes somewhat of an attitude of attentiveness and awareness. It requires us to lean into this discomfort of having to wait. We have to look at everything around us and learn how to appreciate the struggle, those late nights of writing papers, that endless reading that we have to do. Or we have to look at the difference in the struggle of two opposing sides so that we can appreciate the grandness of when they do come and work together. It's in acknowledging the struggle that we can come to appreciate the future vision, that vision where the calf and the young lion can browse together with the little child to guide them.